What's going on, my great growers from around the world? This is Tapia Ag, back once again with another quick little video. I wanted to give an update on the Primitivo vines that I've been working for 5 months. Some of you that have been following me and watching my videos have seen the work that I've been doing since the beginning of the year on when I started doing the pruning. For the new ones that are just gonna barely watching this video, I'm gonna go back real quick and touch on a few subjects. When these vines, when I kept start working on these vines, they were actually on this dripper line tied up down. The actual cordon or the arm was on the bottom instead of where you see it right now. So what I did, I started training them, and I brought them, I groomed them, and I put them up here to this wire. Now it's about my waistline. It's gonna be easier for me to come and do, leaf pulling, shoot thinning, and of course doing the harvest is gonna be coming in quick. No doubt about the when you do the pruning, it's gonna be really easy. We just finished shooting in a couple weeks ago, but I noticed there's some more shoots coming up. It always happens, is the second or the third shoots will always come up. So as I'm gonna do the leaf pulling in about a week or so, as I do the leaf pulling, I'm gonna take all the shoots down off the vine. Right now, we're actually tucking everything in the wires. Make sure you tuck everything on the wires as soon as possible, right when you finish doing the shoot thinning, because the reason is that if you don't put them straight going up, what happens is that these will turn into wood, which is gonna be your spur for next year, your selection of fruit. But if they're crooked and they're bending down, like for example, this one over here is on the ground, I'll put it on the wire right now. But if you leave it like this, that thing's gonna be pointing on the ground, so you're gonna be doing the spur, and that thing's gonna be pushing on the ground every year. So you wanna keep this thing to be firmly straight up. There you go, and that's it. Some of these are too short; they might not even make it to the first wire. So just try to do your best, and try to help them to keep firmly steady. So if you notice, right there, across from me, right here, they're not tucked in, but if you look behind me, they're tucked in. So you should be able to see the row all the way out to the end. If you see a bunch of cordon just in between the row that you cannot even see straight through the other end, it's because they're not tucked in properly. So make sure that you do that job and as quick as possible. Don't force them because they are really tender, so they can just break easily. So you just gotta be careful with them. Give them some that delicate touch, talk to them, give them some love, you know what I'm saying? But just keep in mind that this type of work really matters when you're doing it, because at the end of the year, everything's gonna be nice and perfect straight up, and your pruning is gonna be easy. Right here, the irrigation, always fix your drip lines. If you have a lot of holes or something like that, don't have a lot of mess of water, but do irrigate. It's very important to irrigate. Always, of course, depends on where you're at and where you live. Always see what kind of types of soils, because some soils do retain a lot of water, some don't retain a lot of water, and the water just leaches down. So depending on the schedule and where you live, the environment, you gotta kind of do like how do you say, in a way to be more tactical, to help your vine get the most beneficial way to get water into it. There's people that don't irrigate all the way into August. I do not recommend it. If the summer hits right in May, go ahead and start giving them a little bit of water. Start with like 5 hours or so, and then work your way up as it gets harder during the summer. There's people that do dry farming. I'm not a big fan of it. I think it really harms your vines, especially when you do spraying. If you spray, and of course it's the summer, the sun gets hot, these vines stress out. The chemical that hits on the leaves and stuff, the leaves will consume the chemical no matter what through this little side right here on the little edges. They'll consume the chemical, and they just get stressed out. So I always water them before or after I spray. It doesn't matter, as long as you give them some good drink of water. That way they can cool off a little bit and you don't have these troubles. But what's really more important too about it is that in order to really have a good effect on controlling mildew and even pests and fungus, always do the job on time. the shoot thinning, the leaf pulling. Don't slack on it. Just get it done. That way you don't have to use all these crazy chemicals in order to control this fungus. Because I mean, you can have a nice vineyard, with no fungus, but the work is really poor on when you do the shoot thinning, and that's not good. These are the shoot thins. You gotta take them all down. Clean everything on the bottom. Don't let the grass overgrow your vines. Obviously, I got some grass here on the ground. Later on, I'm gonna come with the